Welcome back to our in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and in the last episode we made it all the way to the very tippy top of the ruin-strewn precipice, which started down here in this ravine, and we ended up going up and up and up and up. And we can actually see where we progressed from up here. We used this guy here. So we started all the way down in the ravine, made our way up here, and our first grace is about right down there. So I don't think it's showing up, but, well, actually, no, it's right here. So we can't see it materializing, but our first grace that we got in the ruin-strewn precipice was down there. We took the lift, worked our way up till we got to here, and we fought our way through all of those damn bats. And we actually have to go down real quick because we have some unfinished business. I actually missed an item over here, and I didn't see it until after I went through and looked. But what do we want to do about this? I could try to sleep pot them. We could experiment because we have an immediate escape, right? Yeah, let's do that. Are they actually going to go to bed? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. So, there's no putting them to sleep, which I guess we did try to talk about that. We talked about how, from a mythological standpoint, the sirens or the harpies sing and they draw sailors in. You know, you've all heard the stories. Put them to sleep. So what are we gonna do then? Could use fire pots. Seriously, cheese them down. How about these guys, huh? It is nighttime. Come, my children. Attack! Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the magic thrower first because they suck. Get him, my children! Oh my goodness. Alright. Oh, that poor octopus. You know what? Yeah, okay. I don't let you guys out very often. You should definitely have an opportunity to eat while I grab this guy. I was just coming back for the tier 4 stone. Jesus. That was fucking terrible. Alright. Super satisfying to watch, though. Okay, so, welcome to episode 26, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we have collected our stone that belongs to us, we have also successfully taken another experiment down the hatch with the sleeping items. It turns out that you cannot put the sleepy effect on the harpies, which is unfortunate, but it kind of makes sense from the mythological standpoint that we were discussing. So now that we've done that, we actually need to go back down through here. We need to go to the first grace in the ruin-strewn precipice because we have to go back down through the crystal tunnel that we were in. My good friend Jeremy pointed out to me because he's been watching these videos and he's been looking after me and giving me his infinite wisdom across the playthrough because he's super good about where the items and stuff are in these playthroughs. He's been great with that, but he had told me that in one of these rooms, I don't think it's this one, we're probably just gonna have to run through. Get rid of that guy just so he doesn't shoot me in the ass with fire. In the room with the chest, which I think was a little further down. Won't take us long to find it. He said there was an item behind the statue. There was actually more than one person that pointed this out, and I'm very happy about that. I think trying to be a good host here, trying to express to you guys that I've been very glad that you guys are all being so. Get the fuck out of here. Who do you think you are? I've been really happy that you guys are all contributing and engaging in the comments and pointing out when I lose stuff and, well, That didn't go any way that I wanted it to at all. Yeah, absolutely not. Give me those kukris, hell yeah. Worth. And then I know there's going to be more of these guys in here, but I mostly don't want to step on the poison shit. Oh, there you are. Damn. Right in his knee. It literally looked like I blew his knee out with this flail. That looked super painful. So yeah, a couple people actually pointed out this very thing in the comments, and... Why do I feel crazy? Where's the chest? Was it not right here? I could have swore it was right in the beginning or something. You know what? We're in the wrong place. It was not at the Runestone Precipice. It was in the Crystal Tunnel. It was the Ray Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. That's where it was. This, I think, is where it was. Yes, 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 yes. All right, we're going to go in here. Okay, great. There we go. This is what I wanted. Don't even think about it. Don't even, like, pretend. Nope, just sit. Don't even get up. Damn, we're getting all the drops. Hey, what do you know? Bam, a tier 3... See, that was worth going back for. See, y'all are looking out for me, and it's great. Okay, so, now that we've done that... Strong start to our episode. Now what we're going to do is we have some people to talk to in here, but most importantly, I wish my status bars wouldn't pop up every time I load in. That's kind of annoying. But we want to see what we can upgrade, right?
Well, I took you no matter.
I've been hiding anywhere, man. I've been out there killing shit. Trying to become Elden Lord. Okay, we picked up the Serpent God's Curved Sword. Super cool item. It's just equipable is all it is. You don't even have to kill the enemies with it. You just equip it to you, and if you can spare the 5 or 4 units that it weighs, you can actually get the health benefit no matter how they die. It's really cool. So here is what we want to look at. So we picked up quite a bit of tier 4 stones, so we're going to take this guy up as far as we can, which looks like that's to plus 12. Phenomenal. And then let's look at Misericord. Oh, yes. Absolutely. But let me look at my... Yeah, okay. So that was actually a mistake. We should not have done that because we actually want to upgrade this thing. Well, do we, though, is the question. We're not going to use this as often, and it is mostly kind of a pulling item, but... we can spare 2 levels in this thing. Let's do it. So, yes. What does that make them both plus 8? Okay, that works. So instead of splurging Misericord all the way up to plus 9, we can just keep them both at plus 8. And then this guy here, we want to upgrade for sure. And yes, I'm aware that we are definitely using most of our stuff to upgrade these weapons. And it's using all of our runes, which we should probably be using to level up, because we're only 1 level away from using our new talisman, I think. But that is what the... Hey, we can upgrade our tree spear. Yes, please, let's do that. And this guy for sure needs to be upgraded. All right. We should be using these to level up, but we're not. We're okay. We are perfectly fine. So what is our damage with this thing now? Oh. Why did I have that way? That confused me. When I saw 100 and something damage, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, what? Okay. Let's do this. Let's put our stuff back the way it needs to be. Where's our crossbow? There we go. Alright, let's look at our damage across the board. So we are up to 371 with the flail, and it is enchanted. It does have the split with the holy damage, so it's scaling off of our faith currently. Misericord would be armament number 2. It's got 181 attack. And then that crossbow, man, that left armament number 2 is up to 296. That's pretty decent pulling damage. I mean, that's damn near potent enough to almost kill whatever it is we're pulling in a single arrow. Not bad. Especially if we hit him in the head.
Hello.
Okay, I don't really need anything from you.
Well then.
Okay, nothing we really want to get from him. Honed Bolt is just... It's just okay. Like, it's really not that great.
May the golden...
Alright, and then let's see what we got going on back here. Fuck you, edgelord. Okay, no new names. You know what we're doing. Fuck your table, Gideon. I love how that has become just an ongoing joke. It's fantastic. And then we do have business with these folks. We're going to give them the Smithing Miners Bell Bearing Tier 1, because now that allows us to buy these. And how many of these do we have? 11, or well, we need 11. So we have one, we need 12 in order to get them where they need to be. So let's do this, only because I want to upgrade the tree spear. We're going to buy 11 of these because, again, like I explained in a previous episode, if you have not upgraded a single level into the current tier of smithing stone you're in, as in we just got to the point where we need 2 of these to upgrade it to the next level and get it to +6. That means that we need, or well, I think it would be less than that. It'd be +4. We're going to need 2, and then 4, and then 6, which is a total of 12. So that's why I bought 12 of them specifically. And yes, it did cost me quite a few runes to do that just now, but the tree spear, you'll see, it's going to become a pretty important weapon.
Back all no matter.
Yes, I'm back already. Here we go. Yes, so 2, and then 4, and then 6. Boom. Now we need tier 3s, but we can't buy those. And my goodness, when we do, they're expensive. So you'll see what I mean.
Greetings. Are you here for...
Let's see if we can do anything about these guys. We cannot. We need a tier 5, but that's okay. Those guys did great back there. Alright, what do I need? 17,000? Okay, so we're a tenth of the way there. We have 1,700 of the 17,000 that we need, so let's go ahead and pop our tier 2. Or 12. Why did I say 2? Our tier 12. This is a perfect opportunity to use that guy. Now we'll use this one. And we want to get up to 17,000. Okay, so we're going to need 2 more of these, it looks like. It's a good thing the First National Bank of LP has a lot of runes. So now we're going to rest at the round table. Get this last point into faith. Fantastic. And I don't think we have any first tier 1 runes to upgrade our casting weapon, but yeah, we don't, so we would need more of those. But now we can compare directly to see the difference of what we can get out of it. So what are we at? Okay, so yeah, pretty good. So it went up just 1 point, and the scaling, even though it's the same letter, is a C, it is just slightly more potent. But here's the thing. We're not going to lose any damage with our other incantations between the 2 of these. The damage for all of them will go up just ever so slightly, but on our Godslayer incantations like the Black Flame, it will go up quite a bit. So that's what we're excited about. And as I get more runes and pick up more stuff, we will upgrade that talisman, because that'll probably be my main one on this character. So now what we want to do is we want to go back to the Runestream Precipice, because this here is where we're going to fight our first Magma Worm boss. And he's going to drop his weapon too, which I think is pretty cool. This is the first one that you'll run into chronologically on your playthrough, and he's pretty good. I didn't know you could summon someone for this guy. Holy crap. This guy looks dangerous as fuck, dude. Yeah, come on in. I've never... Okay, so this is just going to be for pure experimentation. Like, I promise you don't need to summon somebody for this guy. He's not that hard. But I've never seen this guy. I didn't even know you could Oh, wow, this guy looks like an angry dwarf. Hello. Oh, and he gives you... Okay. Did not know about that. He gets a free emote. I'm really glad I noticed that. I'll tell you who I will use against this guy is my Children of the Night. So, let me do this before we go any further. We're going to want... these. These, I think, will do fantastic against this guy. And then... let's try 2 of these. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, alright. And then, instead of sleeper fire pots, do not try to use fire against this guy. You will regret it severely. Let's try to experiment with some of these guys. Use some magic against him. So this, I'm excited to try different kinds of damage against this guy, because I do know that Frostbite is particularly effective against him. But, oh, is it nighttime? It's probably not. That means they're not going to be buffed. Oh no, I fucked up. That sucks. Alright, it's okay though, because this guy looks pretty fucking dangerous. Alright, here we go, Magma Worm. Let's see how that does. That did okay. It's just not very good. Let's try Lightning Spear. Now that did plenty. Alright. Oh. Oh, I didn't equip my other stuff. So let's try this Ritual Blood Pod. Let's see how much this thing will do. I can't tell if that was him or me that did that damage. Alright, so my guys are officially dead. That sucks. Well, let's try the Raincore Pot, huh? That guy seems pretty tanky, man. Okay. These don't seem to be doing very much damage to him either. Which I guess is fine. Oh shit. I'm not going to miss this opportunity. Alright. So let's go back to our shield. So now I guess we can just try to fight this guy. He's going to do that thing. It's fine. Okay. Alright. The crossbow does decent damage. That's fine. Now, this guy, you want to aim for the head, but it can be quite dangerous because obviously he's spewing a bunch of lava everywhere. Ooh! Did not want to run in and take that damage. Alright. So. Jumping attacks are super good against this guy. Anything that will help you break posture, alright, and get that extra, break his poise, and then that way we can get a critical hit on him. That's what we want, anyway. So, I missed. Okay, now watch out for where that lava ends up. Ooh! Barely blocked that in time. Now, breaking lock-on against this guy isn't a requirement. Ooh! But it'll help quite a bit. So our guy died. That's okay. Okay. Damn, he tracked hard with that. And that was pure damage that went through the shield just now that you saw. Come here, you. Come on over here. So, strike damage isn't, like... I don't think it's particularly good against this guy, because even though it theoretically would be because he's covered in scales, I think that thrust damage is probably your best bet against this guy. Oh, you jerk. That attack tracks really hard. So I'm essentially Just trying to get these jump attacks in here and try to proc the bleed if I can. Now that attack kind of flopped just now. Normally it's significantly more dangerous than that. And because his attacks do fire, they will do chip damage to your shield, so just keep that in mind when you're fighting him. And then definitely make sure to watch out for the pools of fire, because they don't last forever, but they'll stay around long enough to inconvenience you, I'll tell you that. There we go. Get that timing. And break lock on because we don't want to deal with the fire. Top myself off real quick. Okay, we'll run through the fire, get a jump. There we go. And then, like I said, you want to watch out with the lock on because, as you saw right there, it can get kind of hairy. Alright. Alright, he's not giving me too much trouble right now. He's honestly not being so bad. He's got crazy reach, though, like you saw that just now. You got a... Eee! I rolled way too early on that. He does have really good reach with this sword, but consequently, so will you once you get it and start using it. It's a very high reach, curved greatsword. It's great for faith strength builds, and you'll like it. Shield up and block. Yeah, the timing for that attack is kind of meh. And because I'm not breaking his poise, I feel like I'm probably better off just beating his ass and finishing the fight. Alright, come over here, you. I'm gonna bring you down. Ooh, right in the balls. That looked painful. And then you get the Magma Wyrm's Scale Sword. And a Dragon Heart as well. So that guy is... He can be significantly tougher if you're not high level. Like for us, we are 55. That's pretty damn good for where we're at right now. I would say... Ooh, excuse me. I would say that our health is probably not high enough for this area that we're in. I probably should be paying more attention to Vigor on this character. But... for right now, I think we're okay. Our damage is pretty good. And with, well, you see it right there where my damage is. 372 damage with this flail. Did pretty well against him. It was doing perfectly fine. So keep that in mind when you're fighting him. Just try to get as much of a health advantage as you can. Use a rune arc or something, because we are currently rune arced as we speak. And he's just got the fire. Like, he spews it all over the ground, but you can jump over it. You can just run away from it. I mean, you saw we didn't have a whole lot of trouble with the fire. Your biggest thing with him, other than leaving the pools of magma on the ground, is just going to be his reach. So just be wary of that, and be wary of the fire chip damage that goes through your shield when you're fighting him. So just pay attention to your health. The important thing about where we are right now is you'll notice that in this boss room, this is a gray area for us. Like, we are officially in shrouded, uncharted territory on this playthrough. And the cool thing about that is, let me rest the grace here first. The cool thing about that is this is actually how you can get to the Altus Plateau if you do not have both halves to the lift of Dectus. So we have both halves. We could technically take the lift right now and take the and just go up to the Altus Plateau and be all the way up through here. And technically just run around and get to where we are now. But if you don't have both halves of the lift, this is how you would get to the Altus Plateau. And the way you would do that is you would just press on through here. Just keep going straight. And you could just take this bridge up. But I'm not going to do that because I have not done this on a character yet. I have not accessed the Altus Plateau this way before taking the lift. Like on both of my characters that have gotten up to this point, I have done the lift first, both times. But I don't want to ruin any character quest lines by going too fast into the playthrough. So what we're going to do now is let's see. We definitely wanted to come down through here and explore more of this area, and I think that's something that I would like to do. So, yeah. Okay, so let me go down through here, back to the ruined labyrinth, and we wanted to go towards the body of water, like that type of area, or that chunk of land down there. We want to try to get down through here and look at some more of this. I think that would do us pretty well for where we are in the playthrough. So I think I ran through here a little too fast before. Well, in other news, I had a wonderful anniversary vacation with Miss LP. We had a great time. It was very relaxing, and don't get me wrong, I'm very happy to be back here doing this again. I know where I belong, but it was great. It was very relaxing. We rented a cabin, and it was great. It was really great. We were in tune with nature, and it was very far away from everybody. We got to spend a lot of time just appreciating each other, and it was great. So let's see. Where are we on the map now? Okay, so we are, this whole kind of chunk of land here. We want to try to explore a little bit. See if we can get up there. But I know I was not very thorough through here. I ran through here pretty fast, and I'm certain I missed some things, so without spending all of our time in this spot, let's just run through here with a fine-tooth comb just to make sure that we didn't miss anything too important. Wow, like that. A charm. As well as some lilies. So let's take a look at the charm we just got. The Stalwart Horn Charm raises robustness. Alright, robustness governs resistances to blood loss and frost, which is pretty important in PvP. I would say if you are like really heavily focused on PvP and trying to increase your survivability against people in multiplayer, that would probably be an excellent talisman to take advantage of, because I tell you what, man, those bleed and frostbite builds can be disgustingly powerful. Like, I've run into a few people okay, so what I'm about to say is pretty subjective. You can take this however you want. I find Rivers of Blood to be pretty lame. I wouldn't call it the meta. I would call it easy mode for PvP. It doesn't really require a whole lot of ability to use that skill. And yes, that may make me sound butthurt about it, but I promise you I'm not. I have slaughtered many a weeb using that weapon, but I don't know. I think that some of those builds with that weapon are pretty gross. They're straight up bad. Like this is kind of like the gray area that pops up in the multiplayer for just about every skill-based combat game like this. And whether it's a side fighting game like Mortal Kombat or a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, pick your poison. There's always this gray area of people who say that the weapon requires no skill, but will yield large amounts of victories. Always sound butthurt, they always sound like they're only saying that because they lost to it or whatever the case may be. And I'm just stressing to you guys that that is not the direction that I'm coming from with this opinion of mine. I am only saying that because I have crushed that weapon in the face and the heat of battle many a time in PvP. Like, I can straight smack people that use that weapon, but I do 100% agree with that opinion revolving around that weapon. I find that weapon to be I'm gonna try to go down here because I don't think it loops around, but I'm gonna try anyway just to see. There's the bear. Yeah, I find that weapon pretty grossly lacking of ability. Like, I feel like somebody who's not good at PvP at all can still win a lot of fights with that weapon, and that, to me, does make the weapon kind of overpowered. But they did recently give, like, a huge buff to bleed weapons, so that could have something to do with it. But, I don't know. They're probably still kind of evening things out, and, you know, they're probably still tweaking and whatever. So that's where I'm trying to get up to. I'm trying to get up there, but I guess we're just going to have to go this way. We did already find one weapon, or one item successfully, which is good. And we'll peek over the edge here, because sometimes in these areas there's a couple items hiding off over the edge. Doesn't seem to be the case on this one, but it often can be. So we're going to check anyway. We're going to do our due diligence. We are professional Souls players. We need to check every corner. And don't mind my stupid spiels on PvP, by the way. I'm not like a professional PvPer by any means. That's not at all what I do. I'm not here to coach you on how you should fight other players. Here we go. This is a good way to spend our time in this episode. Why don't we do this, huh? Alright, so what do we got here? Let's do our thing. Let's use the tools we have to assess the situation. So off to the side, we have a couple of, like, regular soldiers. I know there's one guy with a shield patrolling behind the planks, or not the planks, the wooden beams. We have a knight on a horse up here, and then we do know that the catapults are over there too. We can see them from here. And what I'm looking for is dogs. We want to make sure there's no dogs, because that's when things can get super duper annoying. And then over on this side, we have more. Those are goats, not dogs. Okay, good. More soldiers. And then we have one knight here, 2 fire stick guys, and then one of those rolling death machines that can be just terrible if you don't know how to deal with them. Alright. Easy peasy. So here's what we should do. We're going to pull the knight guy first. Oh, come on. Alright, get over here. Yes, that's it. It was me. Now, this guy has the Rampart, which is a slash and thrust weapon. It is basically a really powerful spear that can be swung like a sword to do slash damage. But the big thing about this weapon is he smacks in a straight line with it. It's doesn't make him any less dangerous, but still, it's got really good reach. Alright, and that guy will not hear us if we go over here and just crush this entire side of the camp. So let's do that. Let's deal with these guys. No, you may not summon any help. Alright, there's a knight. Yeah, come on over, man. That's it. Come on. I was hoping to get my strong hit on him. Man. Yeah, okay. I don't recommend fighting that guy like that. He's better like this. Always take the butterflies. Ultimate disrespect. What's this? Hey, alright. Now, we tested out some different damage types against the Magma Worm, and one of those was this guy. I would imagine the cuckoo one probably would have been better. Do you hear what I hear? It's the very faint sparkling, almost the sound of glass shards falling. There he is. What do you know? We don't need that guy, per se. Maybe we do. Damn it. Come down here. You're not just going to make a fool of me and get away with it. Get down here. You give me my flask back, sir. Alright. Jeez, oh, what a view. Alright, so this is actually where we got to the Ruined-strewn Precipice, was that giant ravine down there. I suppose there could be no harm in trying to spend some time down there after we clear this spot. I don't think anybody would be against that, would they? Alright, so my only thing here is I don't want to be noticed. A rune arc. Great. We have our dragonfly friends here. They are not really our friends. They are jerks and they will attack you, so. You saw nothing. Come on, Torrent. I know you're perceived to be a horse, but you should be able to do what goats do. Alright. We should have more bolts. Could have swore I picked up some more. Okay. You know what? This is a fucking great opportunity to put this thing to work. Because they are lined up. And if you notice, this thing goes through those guys. So eat this. Oh yeah. Turn them into a freaking bitch kebab. Nice. And for this guy, sneaky sneaky. Misericord, sneaky sneaky. We'll get that crit damage on him. Yeah. And then 1 to his ass. Great. So we got more Fire Blossom, a Smithing Stone tier 3, and some Flame Butterflies. Or Smoldering Butterflies, rather. Great. Okay. A little bit of patience goes a long way. So now we can deal with these guys basically however the fuck we want. Let's smack this guy down. We know that there's a guy with a shield right here. No, 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 no. And then there's a knight. And we don't care if they blow trumpets or anything, because there's not very many of them left. So, not like it's going to do them any good. Okay, we'll pull this guy anyway, just because. Get that bonus hit on him. Anything to get his health as low as possible is really the objective here. Right, let's try this. Oh yeah. We're just a little too quick for you, sir. Oh, I got horse meat. That sounded wildly inappropriate. Alright. I know there's one more guy in here. I know there's a chest. That guy's sitting down, but I could have swore there was another guy over here. A lackey somewhere. Maybe not. But what's our mana looking like? Let's fill up, shall we? Excuse me, sir. I'll be with you in just a minute. Let me smack this thing. Get my mana back. That's the shit. Great. Mushroom, mushroom. Alright. Well, hi there. I'm glad I saw him. Because I saw you, and because you behaved and didn't aggro on me, I'm going to grant you a Confessor's End. Oh, man, we are up to almost 900 damage on the backstab. This is a great weapon. Killer, the Great Mace. So this is actually a weapon that I had been incredibly excited to start using had I not gone the dexterity route. Because if you recall, I was pretty adamant to me explaining this to you as I break their shit. I had explained that I was pretty adamant about going faith strength on this character, and then at the very last second I decided, you know what, now I'm just gonna stick with the old dexterity because I have not experimented yet with dexterity and faith, only strength and faith. And I was excited to try out dexterity because, well, the arsenal makes the possibilities endless. There's so many freaking dexterity weapons in this game, it's not funny. So because of the limitless potential of going a dexterity route with the faith, I wanted to try that, but I will have you guys know that the Great Mace is actually something that I was very much going to use. It was going to become one of my most used weapons. This thing, I call it the Cleric Bonk. It is super duper good. Like, this thing is phenomenal for strike damage. Like, if you need something that does strike damage and you are a faith character, this thing starts with a C in strength and its base damage is 134. It does need a good chunk of strength to use. You need 28 points invested to be able to one-hand it, but I'm telling you what, it hurts bad. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is, we just said what we were going to do, right? We need to go to, here we go, the Ravine Veiled Village. We don't have a ton of time left in this episode, but we're going to spend our little bit of time that we have left running around down in here. There we go. We'll see if we can pick up some items down here, shall we? I think that's a scarab over there. Yes, indeed. Oh, bats. It's always a trap. It's always the bats, man. The bats are always like, they're going to come through here, and they're going to want that Ash of War, and we'll be ready for them. Little do they know, I have wheels. Living, breathing wheels in spectral form. Alright. So yeah, I think that'd be a good way to spend our last little bit of time in this episode, is instead of coming down this hill, which this is going to lead us up to the Bellum Church, this is how we got down here in the first place, instead of heading down that way towards the ravine, we're going to go backwards a little bit, and we're going to explore a little bit of what's down here in the water. And pick up our mushrooms in the process, because we like them. Now, in the amount of ground that we've covered so far in Liurnia, we do still have a good amount of caves left, so there's going to be plenty more dungeons that we can do in just the amount of Liurnia that we've uncovered on the map. We definitely are not even close to completing all of them, but I do want to keep the exploration alive on this playthrough. I do want to try to cover a little more ground just so we can keep expanding what we've found. And I want to try something real quick. How many of these do I have? None? Okay. Let's make just one. And we're going to equip it. I want to see if Poison Cloud isn't the only thing that can be used to poison these guys. Let's try this. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to show that off at some point in the playthrough. Doesn't look like poison throwing weapons work on them, but if you hit those guys with Poison Cloud, it is the end of them. They die super fast, and then they explode, and they chain react that same effect to their counterparts near them. Great. How many runes do we have? Quite a few. We level up one more time, we may as well. See what we got. Well, I was just talking about health. We may as well try to get our stuff up to 20, and then we'll start focusing on damage again, I think. Look at that glow we've got around us. Pretty cool. I don't think that's deliberate. I'm pretty sure that's just because of the water and the graphics, but It kind of looks like Ultra Instinct, so. Alright. Let's check all these little inner areas, because that's actually going to be where the majority of your caves are in Liurnia, is going to be like along these outsides here, which we're in the water, so I'll follow with my cursor. We're most likely going to try to take this path all the way back around to where the bridge is, so we'll follow it till then. And then this other side of the lake is area we haven't covered yet. The map piece is right here though, so we'll cover that later. We'll stick with the areas that we do have visible on the map for now, just to keep things a little more organized. But I think yeah, we'll run through here a little bit to end this episode with our Albinark friends. And we will also do a little bit of maintenance at the Round Table Hold at the end, I think. So what do we got back in here? Nothing, it looks like. What's this tent here? Here we go. Alright, a lump of flesh. We're having steak tonight. So I will do this. As I pass these little areas here, I will try to cover these spots out on the lake that are near them. We'll see if we can find some cool stuff. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything on this one. Well, a death crab, I can hear. No big deal. As long as the Albinarks do not gang up on us, we don't have to worry about the death crab. The death crab's turning radius is terrible, so we can just take this and go. So the soporific grease is actually for sleep buildup. And you pick up limited of those on the playthrough. I don't think anything in this game drops them. I don't believe it's a droppable or farmable item. I'm pretty sure that the amount of them that you can pick up in your playthrough is limited to the playthrough, but you can craft them. And I believe there's a merchant, the one that I was trying to find in Raya Lucaria, trying and failing hardcore to find, he actually should sell it to you. Hey, we got some lightning. That means there's something going on over here on this island. Cool stuff. You know what? Yeah. We are basically all the way back around to the point that we've already got to. So we already got to the other end here of the bridge. We already explored basically everything in front of us. But we have not been out here to this island yet, so let's do that. Let's pick up some of these flowers, some of these fulgur blooms. We'll grab our lucky mushrooms. And yeah, let's go, let's work our way up, shall we? Now, here we go. This is a spot that I wanted to find real quick. So there's an item under here with these guys. There should be, at least. Let's do this. Let's see. Since they're in the water, we should be able to get like a chain reaction out of these guys. Yeah, that felt good. Let's see how they like fire. Okay. Not so good. But that's fine. What I want is the item. That's really all I'm kind of concerned with. So let's, how close am I to a grace? If I'm pretty close to a grace, I'll just do that. Yeah, that's fine. We can run back. Alright. Let's see. Now, this will be a perfect way to end the video, because I keep talking about showing this off, and I haven't, but I'm going to, and it's going to be great. Here we go. So let's work our way back out to that island. It should just be a straight shot from here. We'll get our poison mist ready. This will be a great opportunity to showcase something to you guys that's very overlooked and not known by a whole lot of people. But you're going to learn today. So here it is. It should be the spot right here. And without getting ganked by the Albinarchs up top, let's do this. Here we go. Hello, brethren. I, too, like to use the poison cloud. See? Now watch them go. Just watch the shit ensue. Truly terrible what we're doing to them. I mean, that is the equivalent of a completely ignored and unstaffed gas station bathroom is what we're seeing. Eeh, you couldn't pay me enough. Well, hi. Yes, I'd like a ruined fragment. I don't care if it's ruined. I think it's great. And then we get the old fang, which doesn't seem like a super important item, but we're going to want those for crafting purposes. And then we have several of these balloons that are hanging out up here, but what you need to think about... Hello, sir. I've done nothing to you. God, that guy just shreked me. What are you doing in my swamp? Becoming Elden Lord, that's what I'm doing. So we don't want to shoot these down because we can see the enemies hanging from them, and we don't want to aggro those enemies. Like, there's really no point. And we're just going to get some tier between 3 and 6 runes is what we'll get, which, you know, is good. Every rune counts. But I will tell you, they don't matter to us right this second. So there we go. We got the droppable item from the Albinarch. Their blood clot, which is, you guessed it, a crafting item. But what I wanted to check out before we end this video is I wanted to go get to this tower up here because it'll give us another memory slot. And those are kind of like money. The more the better. And don't worry, I'll try not to make an ass out of myself on this one. Now, there are octopus nearby, so we'll try to keep our eye out for those guys. Okay, no Melina dialogue. It's been a minute. Okay. What do we gotta find? Seek 3 wise beasts. Well, there's one. What do we got here? There we go. Do not worry about those guys. Those guys will attack you. And you don't have to worry about them. All you have to worry about is finding the turtles. And these, let me be just very clear about something on this, guys. These are the only turtles in the playthrough that we hurt. Do you understand me? Alright. Oh, those zombie guys are everywhere, man. Alright. So we have covered a little bit of ground. Now let's start looking up, shall we? Start checking for them in trees and such, and so on and so forth. Because that really is what they like to do in these games. They like to mess with your head. They like to think, oh, it's a turtle. You would never think to look at it where Spider-Man would be. And in some cases, they would be right, because I'll be totally honest with you, like, I mean, that. What the hell is that, right? Oh, I feel bad just looking at that. Jeez. I don't want to hurt these things, man. Okay, and then the other one, I believe, is a little bit lower down. Yeah, I think he's on a lower level, so we'll go find him real quick. Unless there's a second one in a tree somewhere that I don't know about. I hope not. There we go. I knew it. He was lower down. See, this one was much less painful because I remembered where these ones were. And then with that, the bogus guys that want to grab onto you and eat your FP should disappear. Great. Alright, now the only thing left to do is go up and claim our stone. Hello. Paintings. Well, does not look like we can collect any of these. But, still cool to look at. That looks like... What am I thinking of? The Madness Tower. That looks like the Madness Tower. That kind of looks like the Eye of Sauron. You'll see when we get there. It'll make more sense. Yes, you better believe I'm actively tilting my head at the screen looking at these. Very cool. And then what's this one? Wow. Oh, there's so much work and thought put into these games. That one there on the wall looks like Stormvale. There's so much effort put into the artwork in this game. And somebody's got to enjoy it, right? Pretty sure we've already been out to that one. We would see the item glowing had we not. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, these are just copies of the same paintings. Damn, this looks like this looks kind of like an alchemy table from Skyrim. I'm having nostalgic flashbacks. One person in particular, a viewer, had asked me what I thought about doing a Skyrim playthrough because they saw that I had started one on my channel, which I know that the range of how long some of you have been here with me on this channel really zigzags. Like, some of you have been here for a long time, some of you are brand new, and some of you have only been around for a couple years. And because I've been doing this for 10 years now. I've been doing YouTube for a decade. It's kind of scary to think about. But, well, to answer the Skyrim question, I don't know that I would be able to commit to an entire Skyrim series. That'd be kind of tough. But it would still be pretty cool to do, because Skyrim is a gift. It is a gift to the world of video games. And it totally deserves a playthrough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve a playthrough for me, but that would be a huge commitment, because when I do a Skyrim playthrough, I get everything.
Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks. Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Rani. One of the children born to King Consort Radagon and his first wife, Renala. Demigod and sister to General Radahn and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint. Truly, you have my thanks. But if I might be so bold, I would like to ask something more of you. If Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long.
Very interesting. So, I don't know if y'all have been getting this vibe from Roger, but it really feels like he's going after the government on this one. It feels like he's uncovering some serious hush-hush, and it seems like he could be in quite a bit of danger, more so than he already has been even after getting death blighted.
I have some idea of Rani's potential whereabouts. There's a manor to the north of the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. It is the familial home of the Carian royals, from whom Rani descends. There's been talk of the old royals' vassals gathering there in recent years. Rani's whereabouts since the shattering are a well-kept secret. She hasn't been seen even once, but I suspect she might have returned to the manor in which she was born. I'm afraid there's something I must tell you. Do you know of those who live in death? The very notion of life in death defies the Golden Order. By Dee's account, these defiled fiends must be expunged. But truth be told, I seek the curse mark to save them. You may find this peculiar, but I discovered something in my examination of the Knight of the Black Knives. These souls have committed no offense. They have every right to life, only they happen to touch upon a flaw in the Order.
Interesting. So, Roger is out to save these folks. And just to clear things up, if you are wondering, Ronnie, this person he speaks of, this is the person who gave us the Spirit Ash Bell and asked us about Torrent at the Church of LA in the beginning of the playthrough. She was the blue witch-looking one that wears the white robes with the white witch hat that looks furry, and she has pale blue skin. That is Ronnie.
Yes, indeed. If Dee knew what drives me now, he would surely boil over with rage. Or perhaps he would even feel some pity. But no need to fret. None of that will come to pass. I can tell a good lie when I need to.
Man, I like this guy.
If Lunar Princess Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. Would you be willing to procure it for me? She may have returned to the manor that is her home, the royal Karian residence to the north of the Academy of Raya Lucaria. If Lunar Princess, then she should bear. Would you be willing? She may have the royal.
All right. So we're going to have some business with locating Ronnie then. And to give you perspective of where he speaks of on the map, this whole chunk is Raya Lucaria, and he says to the north, so it would be this way. It's going to be in a big chunk of Liurnia that we have not unlocked yet. We're going to have to go get this map piece in order to find that, but it's going to be up here somewhere, and we'll have to worry about that a little bit later in the playthrough. Okay, I'm glad we don't have a dialogue to rat him out or anything. That would have pissed me off severely. Let's do one more sweep of our weapons. Okay, looks like no all around. Well, we take a look at this thing. So this thing is pretty good. It starts with 114 base physical with 74 fire, C in strength, D in dex, D in faith. It's a triple scaling monster, but it's heavy. It's 15 units. It weighs almost as much as a colossal weapon, but it's very good. It hits super hard, and the weapon art on it is not that great. Like, it's great for anything that's weak to fire. It creates a big pool of fire damage, but the problem is that attack has no poise. It can be easily interrupted, and just, I don't know. I usually don't use it for the weapon art. I usually prefer to use that weapon specifically because it has good reach, it hits hard, and it looks very cool. So, that is going to do it for episode 26, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring. I have been your faithful host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and I will see you guys in the next video.